Hey friends, today I'm on the laugh floor at Monsters Inc. Check it out! Recognize any of these guys? There's Mike. I think I saw Randall. There he is, sneaking around in the background. Oh, and I think I saw Sully. Oh, there's Sully too. Anyway, today these friends have asked me to come up to the laugh floor to see if I could help them with a little friendly competition they've been having. Huh? Oh no, it's fine guys, this is just my students. They're just here to help, no worries. Anyway, they wanted me to see if I could help them figure out who has actually won the laugh competition they've been having. In the last few days, they've been trying to keep up with how many laughs they get to see who got the most. Would you mind to help? Yay, that's awesome. I'm probably gonna need it. Here we go. On Friday, Sully scored 17 laughs. On Saturday, he scored 29. He scored 32 on Sunday and 36 on Monday. How many total laughs did he score? Okay, so in order to figure out how many total laughs Sully was able to get during the competition, I first need to do what? Of course, add them all together. So I'm going to add Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday's laughs together. So I went ahead and written down an equation that looks like this. Now, as most of you hopefully remember, there are many different ways that we could solve this math problem. So I'm going to start with the very first way that I taught. We are going to break apart each one of these numbers into tens and ones. So let's start by looking at the number 17. Do you remember the word we can put at the top of the number to help us remember which is the tens and which is the ones? Did I hear you say 2? I thought so. So I'm going to go ahead and write the word 2 above 17. That helps me remember that this number has 1 10 and 7 ones. So if I break apart this number into tens and ones, I see that I have 10 and 7. It looks something like this. I'm going to do the same thing with the number 29. If I write the word 2 above 29, I'm reminded that I have 2 10s and 9 ones. What is 2 10s worth? 20, of course. So I'm going to bring down the 2, and that is a 20. If I have 9 ones, I can also think of that as 9 $1 bills. How much is the 9 worth? 9, of course. I'm going to do the same thing with the last 2 numbers. If I have a 3 in the tens place, what is the value of the 3 in the number 32? 30. And what about the value of the 2? 2. I'm going to do the same thing with the 36. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use mental math to add the tens together. So I'm going to add the 10, 20, 30, and 30 together. Remember, since all the numbers are in the tens place and there are no ones here, 1 plus 2 makes 3, 3 plus 3 makes 6, and 6 plus 3 makes 9. So that is a total of 9 tens, which is also the same as 90. So I'm going to go ahead and write 90 down. Now I have used all of my tens, so I have marked them out. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my ones together. If I have 7 plus 9, what do I get? 16. And if I have 16 plus 2, that is 18. And if I have 18 plus 6, remember, you can always punch 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So the total of my ones is 24. Now I have a much easier equation with only 2 two-digit numbers, 90 plus 24. In this case, I can go ahead and once again add my tens. 9 plus 2 makes 11. Very good. And 0 plus 4 makes 4. So the total number of laughs that Sully received was 114. On Friday, George Sanderson scored 28 laughs. On Saturday, he scored 18. He scored 25 on Sunday and 41 on Monday. How many total laughs did he score? Okay, so now it's time to figure out George Sanderson's score. And before we do, I just wanted to tell you really quick, George Sanderson was always my favorite monster on Monsters, Inc. because he's the one that gets the sock stuck to his back after he comes through the door. I don't know if you guys remember that or not, but they all come in with all their equipment and they shave him and they blow up the sock and they do all this crazy stuff. Because they're so worried about it. And I feel like if I was one of those monsters, that is the one that I would be. The one that brings in something crazy and has a panic attack and gets shaved. But anyway, so to figure out George Sanderson, we're going to do the same thing. We are going to write down, which I have already done, his equation, 28 plus 18 plus 25 plus 41, because those were the scores that he got Friday through Monday. And I'm going to start by labeling these numbers with the word 2 to remind me which is the 10s and which is the 1s, because we are once again going to use place value. But in Sully's case, we used partial sums or breaking apart numbers. In this case, we're actually going to use place value blocks. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put down my 2 in all of these. Just found my marker. It's been hiding from me. Just like at school, I tend to lose things a lot here as well. But anyway, here we go. So the word 2 is above each one of my numbers. So I'm going to start with his Friday score of 28. What is the value of the 2 in the number 28? Very good. It's worth 20. So how many 10s do I need to draw? Very good. There are 2 10s, so I'm going to draw 2 sticks to represent my 10s. And 8. How many 1s is that? So we are going to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Draw 8 circles. So as you can see here, I have 2 10s and 8 1s representing the number 28. So now I'm going to move on to the number 18. How many 10s do I need to draw for 18? 1, exactly. And 1s, I'm going to draw 8. So now I have 1 10 and 8 1s to go along with my 2 10s and 8 1s. So now I have done 28 and 18. So I'm going to mark those 2 out. Next I have 25. How many 10s am I going to draw for 25? 2. So I'm going to draw 2 10s. And how many 1s for 25? 5. So now I have my 2 10s and my 5 1s to go with my 1 10 and 8 1s, 2 10s and 8 1s. So I'm done with my 25, and finally I have 41. So I'm going to start with how many 10s for 41? 4, exactly. I'm going to draw 4 10s. And how many 1s for 41? 1. So now I have represented all 4 of George Sanderson's numbers that he was able to receive. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to count how many 10s I have. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 9 10s. If I have 9 10s, how much is that worth? 90. Very good. Just like if I have 9 $10 bills, I have $90. So I'm going to write 90 down. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to count how many 1s I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So now I have an equation that looks much easier, 90 plus 22. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stack that up just to make it a little bit easier. Last time we did mental math and we just added our 1s and our 10s. This time I'm going to stack up 90 plus 22 and add it that way, just to make it a little simpler. So I drew the line down the middle, just like I did on the last virtual lesson that we did. 0 plus 2 is 2, and 9 plus 2 is 11. So it looks like Mr. Sanderson was able to get 112 laughs. So that is his score. So far, who had more, Sully or Mr. Sanderson? Remember, Sully's score was 114, and Sanderson's score is 112. Exactly. So far, our friend Sully is in the lead. On Friday, Randall scored 14 laughs. On Saturday, he scored 21. He scored 31 on Sunday and 43 on Monday. How many total laughs did he score? Okay, so now it's time to figure out the score for Randall, that monster that everyone loves to hate. So I've gone ahead and I have written down Randall's scores. They look pretty tough. He scored 14 on Friday, 21 on Saturday, 31 on Sunday, and 43 on Monday. So those are some pretty high scores. So for his, since we've already done partial sums, or breaking apart numbers, and we have done place value blocks, we are going to stack this one up and solve it in pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start by stacking these numbers up. Now, does it matter what order I stack them up? Could I say 31 plus 43 plus 14 plus 21? Yes, I absolutely could, because of what? The commutative property, I'm hoping that you said. Doesn't matter what order these add-ins are in, I'm going to get the same answer any way that I do it, as long as I'm accurate with my answers. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to stack it up the way it looks. I'm going to stack 14, 21, 31, and 43. The most important thing is to make sure that you are neat so that all of your 10s and 1s are together. So just like this. So I went ahead and drew my line down the middle to keep everything separated. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to choose 2 numbers to put together and then 2 others to put together. So in this case, I'm going to start on the right, to be right, of course. I'm going to start with my 4 and my 1, and I'm going to say, what is 4 plus 1? 5, definitely. So I'm going to put a 5 here, and then I'm going to add my other 2 numbers together. I have a 1 and a 3. So I'm going to add my 1 and my 3, and that will give me 4. So now all I have left to do is add my 5 and my 4 to make 9 1s. Now I'm going to look at the 10 side. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to start by saying, what is 1 plus 2? 1 plus 2 is 3. And then I'm going to add my last 2 numbers together, 3 plus 4, which makes 7. Now, 7 plus 3 is 10, so I'm going to go ahead and put a 10 down. And of course, there's nowhere else for that 10 to go, so I can't carry it over to the hundreds place because 10 tens is 100, so I'm just going to leave it here. So that makes Randall's score 109. Just a quick look at our scoreboard. We have Sully with 114 laughs, George Sanderson with 112, and Randall with 109. Let's take a look at Klaus. On Friday, Klaus scored 15 laughs. On Saturday, he scored 37. He scored 22 on Sunday and 11 on Monday. How many laughs did he score? Okay, so let's look at Klaus. Here is Klaus's equation. 15 plus 37 plus 22 plus 11. The first thing I'm going to do in this way is I'm going to add them all together by stacking them. So once again, it does not matter if I have them in this order or if I rearrange the order. As long as I keep the 10s and the 1s in the correct places, it doesn't matter the order of the add-ins, I'm going to get the same answer. And of course, that is what property? Exactly, the commutative property. So I've gone ahead and stacked it up like this. A lot of you guys, if I can remember correctly, really enjoy doing it this way. The other ways might help you be a little more precise, but remember, anytime that you do this, if you add them together, do it more than one time to see if you get the same answer twice. If you do, you're probably correct. Or you can have your parents check it with a calculator, or you can check it with a calculator if so. But no cheating. I know calculators accept to check, okay? All right, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna start, if I can get my hair out of the way, with my one side, of course. Start on the right and you will be right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, what is 5 plus 7? 12. And 12 plus 2, 14. And 14 plus 1 makes 15. So I'm gonna put my 15 down, but there's something wrong. Do you remember what it is? Very good. I cannot have a 10 in the ones place. So I'm gonna take my 10, and I'm not gonna throw it away. I'm gonna put it up here with the other 10s. Now I'm gonna add my 10s together. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 3, 5. 5 plus 2, 7. And 7 plus 1 is 8. So it appears that Klaus has 85 laughs. Okay, friends, it's time for today's challenge. First, you are to answer the following word problem. On Friday, Spike Jones scored 25 laughs. On Saturday, he scored 18. He scored 11 on Sunday and 33 on Monday. How many total laughs did he score? Then I want you to look back at the scoreboard and tell me which monster had the highest score. And then finally, I would like for you to put the scores in order from least to greatest. I'm also going to be back in just a second with some IXL lessons that go with this standard. If you would like to solve this in multiple ways, I will give you 5 points for each way shown. If you only want to show it in one way, that is fine too. Just remember to answer all 3 questions. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. These are the IXL lessons that accompany this virtual lesson. Keep in mind that you can complete these at any time during this period of quarantine. There is no deadline. And even if you've already completed these lessons, it is never a bad idea to try them again. It's always great review. Remember, 20 of math is plenty, and have a great day. Love you guys. Well, this whole place is buzzing with excitement to find out who won. I can't wait either. Let me know as soon as you find out. I'll see you tomorrow.